to counter the Blight in Dead by Daylight. The Blight is considered one of the strongest killers in the game because of how quickly he can travel across the map and mind game really well if they are skilled. First, we need to understand his ability. His ability allows him to injure survivors when he is rushing around quickly, but he has to bump off of one object at least before he can do that. He can bump off of objects a few times, but then it will have to recharge once he misses a hit or runs out of bounces. When rushing, he can also break a pallet by swinging at it, but then he has a cooldown for a moment afterwards. So let's say you are in an open area and the Blight starts to rush at you. You don't need to panic until he bounces off of something, so try to divert to a better area in that time, or go around an obstacle. In general though, to last longer with Blight, you want to take advantage of obstacles when he is rushing. This means running around loops or other objects like rocks tightly. With some objects, you can try to position yourself on the opposite side of where he is bouncing. That way he has to go all the way around and bounce off of something else before he can line up and smack you. But in this time, you can rotate out of the way. Just make sure whatever you are looping around is big enough to where he can't just lunge around the whole thing and smack you. Also take advantage of how difficult it is for him to turn when he is rushing. When he bounces off of something, he has a second to redirect very easily, but when he starts running again, it is very limited to how much he can turn, similar to the hillbilly with his chainsaw. So sometimes you can weave left and right and make them miss, or go behind a wall or object so they can't hit you as easily. When at a loop, you also want to think about which objects around you the Blight could use to bounce off of, and get a hit on you. That way you can predict his movement a bit if he goes for those obstacles. And finally, you want to try to mind game as best you can around areas that don't have line of sight. This can confuse the killer and make them either waste their rushes or make them use their M1s instead, which in turn makes it much easier for you. I hope you guys found this video helpful. If you did, consider dropping a follow and checking out my other platforms. I would really appreciate it.